Hey, it's Sam. Welcome to the weekly roundup of news that you may need to know if you're a travel agent that sells Disney vacations, specifically Disney World vacations. This week, there's quite a bit of happenings going on, and you may have heard of these things. If so, let me know in the comments. Let me know if there's something that you heard that I don't mention. Let's keep everybody, ready and just in the best position to plan travel for their clients. So if you hear of anything, let me know down below and let's chat about it. So I got my notebook. Let's get into the news. Okay, so first, a little things that we're seeing on social media. Air conditioning out at Wilderness Lodge. That sucks, dude. It is June. It's hot, and there's a heat advisory right now in Disney World. So, I'm glad I don't have any clients at Wilderness Lodge. If you have clients right now at Wilderness Lodge, let me know how they're handling it, how Disney's handling it. Give us the inside scoop. And, how are you handling? I know that's stressful. I know that can be crazy stressful. Then I saw this morning that at Coronado Springs, the water is out in some of the buildings. So, same thing. I can't imagine being in Florida right now and not having access to a shower. No. So, do you have clients at Coronado Springs? Has it affected them? How has it affected them? Let us know below. Okay, so big news, transportation rules. So we saw this around Easter where they were checking your, Magic Band ticket, whatever, to make sure that you had an active reservation at a Disney resort, or you were not allowed to take the transportation from Disney Springs. And apparently that went really well because they are going to put that into effect permanently beginning, I believe, on the 28th of this month. I believe that is what I read. How are you feeling about this? My thoughts are, I like it. And I kind of feel bad about saying that, to be honest, because I know that, here's the thing. Some people stay off property. I'm against it. I'm against it. It's against my values. But I just feel like if you stay at an Airbnb, if you stay in a hotel off property, you're not really doing a Disney vacation. That's just my opinion. Let me know if your opinion is different. I know with people with big families or, you're trying to save every dollar, it's cheaper to stay off property. It's a totally different experience. And that's not the type of experience that I want my clients to have. I don't want them to be doing any of that. So, we don't need to add anything extra to our Disney World vacation. That's how stress is caused. That's how exhaustion's caused. That it really takes the chill out of it, and I don't like that. So I am fine with the change. I think it's good. I think, we're losing perks to stay on property. We don't have, Magical Express anymore. That's really sad. I wish they'd bring that back, but we're losing perks. So having this complimentary transportation for resort guests, I'm okay with that. I do think it stinks for locals that want to pop into a resort, go over to Scat Cats and get a beignet. That I do feel bad about. I do feel slightly bad about that. But somebody commented on my TikTok and was like, if you're a local and you're just wanting to go and grab a beignet, you probably have an annual pass. And if you have an annual pass, you can park at the parks for free. Hop on that transportation. So I guess my conscience is fine with that. So I'm feeling good about that. It'll limit, all of the bloating of the wait times for the bus. And so, you know what? I'm fine with it. Okay, next. Okay, so going to DTA now. New experiences at Boardwalk. So we're getting a new lounge. It'll be family friendly during the day, and then at night it'll be 21 plus. That'll be fun. And there's also going to be a new basin location. They're saying it's like a sensory experience, which just kind of makes my head hurt thinking about it because there's a lot of sense in basin already. But hey, I do love fancy soap. Okay, a new look at Lake Shore Lodge. I'm really excited about this. So this week they did some pictures of some renderings of what the water areas could look like. There's going to be a Pocahontas themed wet and dry play area, and it's inspired by Colors of the Wind. That's awesome. I am very excited about that. There's going to be a lazy river, it looks like, in the pictures. I love a lazy river. Yes, I do. And the leisure pool and whirlpool are going to be located in an area where you can watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks. I love that. Okay, next. Disney Springs Level 99 is opening on June 29th. They've been talking about this forever now. So I'm glad that that's finally going to be open. I don't know that that's kind of my thing. That seems like it would give me a lot of anxiety. But if you do it and you like it, let me know. The phone times have changed once again. I think they heard us that we were not happy about the change. So beginning June 21st, which is tomorrow, today is Saturday, the times are changing. It's going to be 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. So hopefully that helps with my fellow travel agents that need to get on those phone lines later. Now, I want to give a little piece of advice to my newer travel agent friends. Sometimes the phone CMs literally have no idea what they're talking about. So, and I'm sure that you can relate if you have called the phone lines before. I mean, it's crazy. Sometimes it's crazy. So, recently I called because a client was having trouble booking her lightning lanes. We ended up needing to move the ticket date, one day. But the first cast member that I called told me that it was because of the ticket offer ended the day before. So I was like, okay. So looked into that a little bit, and it did end the day before, but the start date, it said the start date you had up to 5 days for your start date to use the whole ticket. So I was like, okay. I call back. I talked to another cast member. She tells me that it's because my client booked her reservation and her tickets, her resort reservation and her tickets, and paid for them separately. That's why she couldn't make her lightning lanes. She would have to make them 3 days before she planned to go to the parks. That's not right. I said, no. It's linked together in her app. She is a resort guest. She gets the perk of making those lightning lanes 7 days out. And she told me no. She had to make her lightning lanes 3 days before she planned to go to a park. And I said, I'm sorry, but you are wrong. I have done this personally, because when we book our travel agent packages, we buy them separately. We still get to make our lightning lanes 7 days out because we're resort guests. And I told her, I said, I don't mean to be rude, but you are wrong. And if you're telling people this, you've been telling them wrong. So that's not correct. Let's find a different solution. So she puts me on hold. She comes back several minutes later and she's like, oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. No, you've been telling people this wrong. Okay? That's not right. So my point here is that if you are a new travel agent or you're not super familiar with Disney reservations, if you call and they give you an answer and it just doesn't feel right, you need to call back. Or you can head over to a Facebook page for travel agents, like a nice one, and ask them, because we know that phone scams hardly get it right. A couple years ago, I guess it was last year, I called to add a dining plan onto my travel agent reservation. The woman was very kind to me, and then she said, "Oh, and don't forget about your check-in water park perk." And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're very excited to go to the water park." And she said, "Make sure you get there before 12 or they won't let you in." Like, where do you even get that? And I said, "Oh, okay, I don't think that's right." And she's like, "No, they won't let you in if you don't get there before 12. So, just because a phone CM says it doesn't mean that it's true. And don't be mean to them. So, just hang up if you need to and call call again. You'll probably get somebody else. Because, no. So, anyways, when I was calling about my clients, lightning lanes, they ended up sending me to somebody else. That person had to send me to somebody else. So I was talking to, you could tell it was somebody that was a supervisor or a trainer or something. You could tell that because you couldn't hear 15 people talking in the background. You could tell he had his own office. And so he fixed it for me. It was kind of dramatic the way that they had to refund the ticket, rebuy the ticket. It was crazy. But I was like, "Hi, just so you know, this is what the lady told me earlier." And he was like, "Oh, that's concerning." And I was like, "Yeah, it is concerning because I don't mind to say, 'Hey, you're wrong.' But some people won't do that. So this is your permission to say, 'Hey, you're wrong' to a phone scam. Obviously, try to be respectful. Don't be rude. But it's not right, especially us travel agents have been doing this for several years, and we know how things work. Let them know, because that's the only way they're going to know." Okay, next. The Eat to the Beat lineup was announced. That's exciting. I want to get down and see Hanson. I love Hanson. I'm a 90s baby. And then our last thing is an offer for a late summer park ticket. Came out a few days ago. This is for Animal Kingdom and Epcot. And it starts at $199. And the dates run from August 3rd to September 30th. So, in my opinion, this is better than the after 2 p.m. ticket that came. Let me know what you thought about that. I thought that was kind of real silly. I didn't run any numbers to see how much money that you could save doing that ticket, but for $199, the park tickets start at $119. So I feel like you're at least going to save 40-ish bucks, on the low end. I'm not sure. I didn't run any numbers, but just off the top of my head, I think that could be an option for some people. I know that, if you're working with first-time clients, they're probably not going to be interested in it because they're probably going to want to do all 4 parks, or they're definitely going to at least want to do Magic Kingdom. So that could be an option, though. So let me know what you think of the news. Let's have a discussion below. Let me know how you think we could really help our new travel agent friends that don't understand or that are afraid, I guess, to say, "Hey, that's wrong." And let me know what you think. And we will see you next week. I hope you guys have a great week of helping clients, of booking trips. If you're going to Disney, I feel jealous of you, and I hope that your air conditioning works in your room. And come say hey over on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, and we'll see you next time. Bye.